Welcome everyone. I got really bored for a while, so I decided to take on Magus fight with level 15 party. It seems impossible, but it's doable. You just have to know exactly what to throw at him. And for the record, I have not used any tabs, so party is still at its basic capabilities it could be at this point. Yeah, Marl does not even know Cure, Glenn doesn't know Heal, and Crono only knows up to Spin Cut. It's really gonna be tough. In fact, by his Dark Matter attack, only one person will survive it, and that's whoever has the Silver Earring equipped. Tell you the truth, I like naming Frog Glenn a lot better than naming him Frog. It makes more sense. Just like naming Magus Janus would make more sense. Now, I picked Marl as compared to getting Robo or Luca for her quick healing capabilities later on, when Crono's going to be the only person really doing damage and everyone else is trying to heal him. Now, in the beginning of this fight, you only want to have Glenn doing the attacking to lower his Magus's magic defense. After one of his attack, in general, after about the second attack, you're gonna want Crono and Marl to do an Aura Whirl to recover the hit points, the damage that they take from the barrier change. It's gonna be a slow-paced fight. Trust me on this. I hope I can at least fit this in within 10 minutes. That I'm not sure. But I know in general, every time Glenn crits with the Maz Moon, Magus will not change his barrier. When he doesn't crit though, he usually will change the barrier. I'm gonna need Marl to heal herself, or yeah, they're gonna need to do a double heal. In general, he'll only throw out geysers if you don't attack him, but that will basically give the party kind of like the equivalent of a seizure, and make them slowly drain their health down to nothing. The main point of doing this is that it starts damaging him. It allows you to get some damage without having to worry that much about his attacks, since they are pretty damn weak. Now I'm going to change up strategy a bit. There we go. Just to nail him with, see? High damage attack. And I believe Glenn should survive that. Yeah, barely, but he'll survive. In general, you only want to attack when it's on water, and then attack with an ice water attack or an ice sword, depending on who you have available to you. I would recommend though the ice water, because you want to save as much of Crono's MP as you possibly can for later on when you're probably going to be spamming ice sword on him, or X strike or whatever. Like I said, at this point, just focus more on doing simple damage and keeping the party in well health. You specifically want to keep Crono in give him as much health as he possibly can, which is going to be difficult. In general, Glenn with the hero medal will basically like crit then not crit, crit then not crit, and he'll keep going back and forth like that. So you should always know when he's not going to crit, and and of course I just go into saying that. Anyway, it's usually after the second hit. Anyway, he barrier changes. Marl's gonna barely survive that. Like I said though, the only main character I'm worried about their health being right now is Crono. He's still on a lightning barrier, so I'm not gonna attack. I'm just gonna focus on keeping the party well healed. Like I said, this is gonna be a long. This is not a short fight by any means. It's a safe method, but it's a slow method. And I hate that it's a slow method. This actually, I believe, will do only major damage to Crono, because Marl and Luca both have added resistance against the attacks because of the fact that they have water elemental in themselves. I believe this should do probably around 600 damage, unless his resistance already hit 0. Nope. I was wrong. I wonder how that other one did 500 damage. Although I don't know if it was on this clip, because this is not the first time I had to record this, because I screwed up the first time. Anyway. Let's talk about Chrono Trigger, since we might as well be playing Chrono Trigger. I love Chrono Trigger. It's probably one of my favorite games out there. Christ. Health too low to survive in a lightning change. And I believe Shadow, but that's... But it's kind of annoying he throws Shadow in there. And he has water, and I'm sorry, not water. He has fire. But he seems to not be wanting to switch to fire right now, which is good, because fire would do a lot of damage to Glenn and Marl. Glenn needs to strike with his sword. Just one attack, and then Glenn and Marl will throw out an ice water. There we go, that's how I did it. Okay. Time to just mash attacks against them. Sword Stream and X Strike do about the same damage, so focus more on doing X Strikes since it's cheaper for Crono. Since he has to, since basically it's a spin cut and it's basically Crono's spin cut and Glenn's water attack. Nope, Marl's not going to get to do anything. Glenn's going to die. Marl's going to die. Crono's going to end up with, like, double-digit health. Nope. Yes, double-digit health. Okay, first things first. I need him to revive Glenn. Then I need him to revive Marl. They will not get any healing. Frog, Glenn, whichever one you revive first, uses a mid tonic on Crono to give him some more health, and then the other one basically uses dual attacks with Crono to damage him and to damage Magus. While whoever used the tonic uses their healing attack to just to keep to bring Crono's health at least to 300. I believe Marl's not going to make it, so I'm just going to have him spin cut. Yep, she wasn't going to make it, so good thing I did that. Otherwise I would have sat there waiting for her.